All right, welcome and that. This is the first ever Blabbew Podcast with sweet Eddie over here, British #1, and my sweet father. Introduce yourself.
You usually say British #1, bad bitch.
Yeah, we are that too.
Yeah, I'm Eddie. Here we go. Isn't it? You've never had to introduce me.
I know,
ever again,
yeah.
Ever.
I don't think I will be doing it again.
So finally, we've been talking about this podcast for a while.
Yeah.
Now, thank you. You and Freddie set it up. I'm impressed. Well done.
Yeah, we did.
Freddie's behind the scenes.
Yeah,
so
Freddie absolutely smashed this.
Absolutely, yeah.
All over. And
Good.
okay, so this podcast is going to be a weekly thing. It's going to be on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts. Just look out for us. In the coming episodes, we'll have segments where people can send in their disgusting food plates. If you've got a friend who can't cook, send pictures in, and we are going to heavily criticize them. So,
Brilliant.
okay, so let's go.
I was just asking about your finger because I know people can see your finger.
It is janky.
What happened to your finger?
I got it big time in the door. It was the first day of de-icing the car. I think it was just a shock to the system. So I was like,
it was awful. Honestly, I felt really bad. I just, the parents, you just wish that it happened to you instead.
Yeah, I coughed once and you were like, not her.
Shut up. Listen. When you're a parent, you wait until you're a parent and then you see.
Me don't see it happening. You're child enough for me.
Mum, I get Mum to ask you.
All right, well, anything else new on the scene? We've got your new car. Or, no, the more controversial, your car being stolen from our house.
I know.
That was wild.
It is wild. It's not in a very short space. I think
it was in an hour. I came home and then what? It's gone.
I think the people who steal cars, they know what they're doing. They must either follow you and just one of those things. It's annoying. The last time my car got stolen was actually in the 90s. I got back from work and actually where I parked at work at the hospital, and then the car was gone. And then when the police found the car in the end, he had a used condom in it, and it was just your mum refused to go in the car.
I bet it was hers.
Shut up. No, I remember we go in the car. It was a lady's handbag ransacked and the used condom. Is awful.
That is so foul.
It's foul, yeah.
Yeah, poor thing. What else do we have? We got you got the community Abbew crew. That's coming up soon, isn't it?
So what's happened recently? Obviously, I didn't set out to do this. I set out just to make a few videos and warn people, and they started working, started doing really well. So what we did was now we wrote the 2 ebooks. We got social media. I mean, I got a team really. So there's you, there's Freddie over here, and then there's Digiboost, Manx and Fahad, and then Lauren. All of us, we make whatever. But the messages that we're getting,
so many,
crazy. I mean, it's not even an exaggeration when you say like thousands.
Yeah. And Brandon and I are getting like yours as well. Like, can you ask Dad that?
Are they?
So many as well. And it's hard for me to go through just that.
Because what I've done now, I've cancelled all my clients. I don't see anybody anymore. I'm going to focus on this. We're setting up like a community. And this community is going to sort of help people because I can't respond to any of the messages because it takes so much time. Lauren she went 10 hours. And that's only on the message request on Instagram alone.
Yeah.
And we didn't got through it. So what we do, we set in this community, and I'm going to give up what I do full time, like checking people and training people, and I'm going to focus on it because I think I really want to make a difference.
Yeah.
And I think I am making a difference, and I like the fact that I'm getting feedback from everywhere. In fact, yesterday on Insta, I got invited to Australia to come and do some seminars there, which is a good thing, really.
Yeah, that's really cool.
But yeah, we discuss it.
I bet they'd love you there. They love swearing in Australia.
How do you know?
It's based on TikTok videos.
TikTok is right. Look, I've been to Australia twice. I've been to Melbourne. I've been to Queensland. Brisbane, lovely place. I didn't want to leave Brisbane.
Yeah, I remember you saying Brisbane was
loved
nice.
It's one of the best places that I've been to.
Did you get another message for something else?
I think
for diabetes.
Diabetes UK, they contacted me about doing something as well, because I think the message that we are spreading, you know, there are no airs and grace about it. We just want to make sure that people are eating properly, because I think you feel the way you feel because of the way you eat.
Massively. And I can see, even just from having one bite of something that I know I don't agree with, that's me gone for the day. So if I'm going to eat crap, I can plan it for a specific time. Like, let's say Saturday night, I can plan it then. And then that's it, I'm done.
I mean, the thing, one of the things I think people don't realize about Selina, and it's because from a very young age, from about 10, 11, 12, you had all these crazy headaches and constantly out of school. Remember?
Yeah,
it was awful. We were going from consultant after consultant, and then they were doing all these tests, and nobody could tell us anything.
I was so excited. I was leaving school. I was going to the doctors with my parents. I was loving life. And I didn't know that mum and dad were actually just freaking out. You weren't telling me anything. I was just like, daily trips.
No, there was a time when they were like, there's a brain tumor, they're going to have a brain scan. And I mean, how do you tell an 11-year-old? I can't even talk about it without getting emotional, because at that time we decided, okay, let's not say anything to her.
Yeah.
As a nurse, if you're told, we're both nurses, and if you're told that your kid has got, it's possible she's got a brain tumor, that will freak you out as a parent. And then, we found out it's all about food. It was all about food. I think the best thing is when we saw that gastroenterologist recently.
Oh yeah, God, give me strength. He was like, just listen to your dad. I was like, of all things to say, just let it not be that. And listen to your dad. How dare you? He charged us to say that.
Yeah, no, he charged us £200 or £300, and it's like so much for 15 minutes. He gave us a FODMAP. I'm looking at the FODMAP, I'm like, bagels and bread.
I know. White chocolate was on the good side, dark chocolate was on. I was like, what is this based on?
I know. They're based on nothing.
Yeah.
They're based on, it's just proper shit, isn't it? But eventually, I mean, when you told him what you're eating, so maybe I think about it.
Yeah. Sounds fair enough. Yeah, and I'm not being funny, but when you go to someone for the thing you're talking about, let's say a gastroenterologist, they always look the most unhealthy. Do you know what I mean?
I don't. I'm not, without meaning to be mean or fat shame. He was carrying a lot of body fat around.
And the tired eyes,
and his eyes, and you could see from what we know now, you know that it's all to do with his diet, and it's quite sad to see that, because you expect somebody, to show a bit of an example. I'm talking about food, and that's all I talk about. People ask me, Eddie, what do you think about vapes? That's not my concern. I talk about food and health, training, and I live by example. And when somebody is sitting there telling you about food, somebody that highly respected, and then you could see that they were sitting there with a big belly, and you could see his eyes, you could tell his diet by how he looked, and that was quite disappointing, I thought. Yeah, but how do you feel now? I mean, it's taken us a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has taken a while, and it's just sticking with it and just growing up. Because being like, I don't want to go without that one thing. Like, get over your life a little bit. just do it, because what you get out of it is so much more than
just that little pleasure.
Exactly, because that lasts, like, just the eating of that, just the eating experience, and then after you feel bad anyway. So
you had to cut out a lot of things. What did you find the most difficult to cut out?
I used to really love cheese. The last time I had cheese, I was about 17, 18. And that was the hardest time. Because that was my thing. I used to just go to cheese shops and get it. And I was a chef I was a chef anyway. So you do just love food. I do love food. Yeah. But I love it from a distance now.
No, but it took me a while to get rid of cheese.
Yeah, and it's just so nice.
I've not got rid of cheese completely. Once in a while I'll have a bit of cheese because I know it's not good for me. It messes with me. But it's so nice. And it goes with so many things. They just do that. That's how they get you. But it is quality. It is true. It goes to so many things. And you just think, and the discipline of not having that type of food. Yeah. When you know you like it, but you know that if you have it, it will just make you worse. It's sad, isn't it? Like, we're quite similar in terms of our
reaction to food.
Straight away.
Yeah.
At least it's something you inherited from me.
Thank you.
Sometimes I feel bad about it. You know, I'll force myself to eat certain things because I deal with the consequences, but I know they hit you a lot harder than me sometimes.
Yeah. But I feel like it does sometimes. But do you not be feeling bad about it? Because I would be being ill later on. Do you know what I mean? So it's all for the greater good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but sometimes I like peanut butter. I know you struggle.
What I would do.
You struggle to
Yeah, Dad has this thing when he's making his chicken drinks. He has a jar of peanut butter and he's like, just goes in there every 10 minutes. Oh, peanut break. You do love the peanut.
No, but
I do love peanut butter.
But it's not good for me.
Yeah,
I know it's not good for me.
A lot is not the one.
No, peanut butter is not something that good for my actually, I know you don't want to hear it, but it hurts my testicles. So if I have it, and I shouldn't have it. It's not good for me, I know. But it just, people think, oh, Eddie, it's an angel. I'm not. I drank 2 bottles of wine at the weekend. I'm not.
It was cold though.
It was.
You had to warm up somehow.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not trying to tell people to live like monks or saints. I'm saying that if 80% of what you're doing, you're being healthy, you're eating real food, at least you're looking after yourself. So it's about strengthening this host so that if you put anything crap in it, it can defend you.
Yeah, absolutely. Because there are some things that I could, that used to have some effect on me, and then I've eaten them for my cheat meal recently, and there's nothing. Do you know what I mean? So it's definitely your body grows stronger from it. So
it's just not about your immune system. They say your immune cells, most of your immune cells are in your gut, and I think we've ignored that for a long time. And when it's the gut brain axis, when you realize the connection between that. I see people, and you can actually, I don't know what you're like now, since I've been doing this, eating this way for a while, and I've got so many people eating the way I eat now. And you can look at somebody and you can tell their behavior, their manner, you can tell their diet. Crazy, isn't it?
Low-key, actually, yeah.
When you find that?
Yeah. I feel the ones that seem super duper erratic are really sugar.
Yeah, no, sugar, I know. Because sugar is just a thing, isn't it?
Yeah. But loads of sugar is you're just off your nut, actually high. Yeah.
But we don't realize it because it's a gradual thing.
Yeah. It's a weird one. Also, Brandon's check-ins. He's coming in today for a check-in.
Yeah.
And he's doing the thing. It's going, but he looks really good. I can't lie.
It's because his waist is coming in and everything.
Yeah, and his back.
How long have I been begging for this boy to do what he's doing now?
Considering he didn't even want to train, you had to beg him to try.
I think it was 18 years old, and I think maybe when your dad's a bodybuilder and you live with it, it kind of puts you off.
Yeah, maybe for him.
And for him, it did. And we came to the gym. It was working. And I said to Luke, the PT Luke, and I said, I said to Luke, I bet you can't get Brandon to train. If you get Brandon to train, I'll give you £100. So he went to Brandon and he had a chat with him. And I'm sitting in the gym. Next minute, I see Brandon walk out with gloves, with a belt, with a bottle of water. What are you doing? Because I'm going to train. And they took the money from me and shared it. He was 18 years old. That's funny.
That was smart, though.
That was funny. This is over 10 years ago. How old is he? 28?
Yeah, 28.
28.
Damn.
God, you guys are getting old, man.
I know. That's not the one.
28. But you know what? The good thing is that I don't feel like I did, about 10 years ago. My energy level is different. My mindset is different.
Absolutely. Even I can feel just from the food, the vibes, the change.
Do you know, something I want to talk about, what we want to talk about? There was, we were having a conversation, then you said, you mentioned the word, steroid dad. and I think, but she said steroid dad. When I used to take steroids, but the thing is, I look at a lot of young people now, and they don't realize how much these drugs affect. Your head for sure. I know they do. They don't realize it because they even affect how you relate to people, and it's only when your kids are older and they tell you, and because you don't know, you're in that mind.
But it's not like you were crazy or I felt unloved. your essence was there that I see now, but you just seemed much more high strung all the time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I know isn't nice for you to have been in, and for like obviously I'm sure people around you, but it's just a different stage. Do you know what I mean?
You don't realize that you're that highly strung until
you're not. Yeah.
When I came off, it was 2017, and I just came off everything completely, and then you think, what? It's like it's been a blur, and a lot of things because even your decision making is affected. And I think some of the old school, I saw a podcast with Flex Wheeler, and he's saying that he's saying it like it is. I've seen Ronnie Coleman, he's saying it like it is. I think it's important that people realize steroids are addictive, and bodybuilding is addictive.
Yeah.
Bodybuilding is highly addictive because you get now I think about it. I used to look at pictures of people on stage, even on videos, and you see when people are standing in the background, look at their face, that desperation. You ask them to be judged. It's nuts, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you think? Could you actually do anything like that?
Yeah, I wouldn't be doing it by choice. I'd be doing it because you're like, please, please. But
that ain't gonna happen.
Okay. Yeah, it's not my ideal because it does look too, like, I don't want to say shallow because I don't want to be thinking about myself.
Well, it's the truth, though.
Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be judging myself and other people so much just based on how well they can. And nowadays, it's different in what you need to look like. You need to be more starved looking, I think. Well, I don't know. It seems different.
The bodybuilding that I knew is not the bodybuilding that's there now. Because now, look at the guys getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Which you say, okay.
But not for the shape, just for the size.
For the size. So the aesthetics have gone. The small weights, and they don't do that anymore. In fact, they started another class called the classic class because it's getting out of hand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the classic, because they wanted people to look like the old school bodybuilders. And then you got these guys who look like blocks of cheese. Look at them. But then
they don't look well, do you know what I mean?
But they don't look well. Because I've been there before when I was about 145 kg. That's when I put the B-day in our toilet.
Yeah.
Your friends in the camera and they're like, why have you got two toilets?
Yeah, they were like, why have you got a baby? You got a baby sister?
Because I couldn't wipe my ass properly, so I had to buy a B-day. But now they're rewarding. That's not, even 10 years ago, that's not the bodybuilding that I know. That's not the bodybuilding that I got involved in. If it was what it is now, I would never have been involved. Because it looks so dangerous.
Yeah.
People are either so skinny, or people are so big, and it takes a lot. It's unhealthy to be that skinny, and it's unhealthy to be that big.
You don't get as much out of it.
No, of course not.
For sure.
I was getting paid to compete. People say, I got my pro card. What do you do with it? Wipe your ass with it. It doesn't make any sense.
But when people say, oh, yeah, I spent this much on the thing,
and
then they only get the trophy, like my friends were asking, oh, what do you get? And I was like, you don't get anything.
I know.
Even if you win, you don't get anything.
No.
That's mad.
No, that's mad.
I didn't know that until actually like a month ago.
It's the truth.
That's weird.
It's like a stepping stone. I mean, bodybuilding, you see, I got to say that I got attracted to muscle building rather than bodybuilding. Bodybuilding is sort of natural progression because that's where I wanted to get to. I mean, what are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
And I got into the bodybuilding world. But if you look at me on stage, all my routines are just mucking about. I just thought that's the most stupid thing. You see what these guys doing all these classic things, and they shut the fuck up. I just used to think
I feel like you always had a good vibe on stage.
Always wanted to dance and muck about because I never understood it. I just think you might as well suck your, what the guys do.
Not on stage.
No, but there's one of the judges, British judge, he used to compete a long time ago, but all my competitions judged me when I was amateur. And he used to sit there, his name, Sugar, Dennis Christopher, Sugar. He used to sit there, and whenever he saw me on stage, he'd put his pen down and just sit back and watch me. And this one, I was like, why does this guy keep looking at me? And then 10 years later, when I retired, I asked him, why did you do that? He goes, I used to think you got the genetics to go quite far, but you don't want to be on that stage because you're standing there and judge my physique rather than the pansy shit that I'm doing. And it was obvious. The posing thing, I can't get my head around. I think it's stupid. I see guys, oh, it's a classic, doing all that, shut up. You see me dancing and wiggling my hips and doing all the crazy stuff. But everybody's different. I didn't buy into that part of bodybuilding.
I didn't realize how complicated this posing is. Like, I was actually tired after doing it. I was doing an upper body one. I was thinking, why is there so much leg work in this?
You got to think of, because you're posing your whole body. You're not doing all this, whatever. But yeah,
It's clever though. There are some elements of old school bodybuilding that I find really enjoyable. I remember you showing me like videos of like Kai Green and stuff, and I was like, wow, that's good.
Yeah.
But I have not seen anything recently,
No.
and there's a lot on TikTok and stuff, and I've not seen anything that I've been like, wow.
Kai Green used to come out with some really good routines.
Yeah.
Vince Taylor used to come out with really good routines. Melvin Anthony, Darren Charles, these guys who could dance, they all had the moves, and you see, they think, okay. There's a guy, what's his name? Rich Gaspari, old school. He came second a couple of times, I think a few times to Olympia, to Lee Haney. Rich Gaspari used to have some really good routines as well. Rich Gaspari, yeah. He started did the clothing Gasp.
Oh, right.
That's, I think that's Gaspari. So
Gasp.
Yeah, he used to have some good posing routines. But then he all changed. These guys do the classic pose and they sit there and do all of that. I just think, I never got into that.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I used to have to work on the routines.
Yeah, I remember. And then in the car to and from school, we'd be listening to the same song. And I remember this one, what is it called? I'm hot because I'm fly. You ain't because you're not. Yeah. And then you couldn't even use it.
This is why I'm hot.
Yeah. I did like that one.
Because I took it, I was competing in LA, and then we got there, and they said to me, there's swearing in it, so I could not use it.
That would have been a good one. It was good.
We just sit in the car. Oh, those the days. Those days.
Going to Morrison's.
We
used to go there so much that people used to come up to Dad in the street and ask, "Oh, you the guy that works in Morrison's?"
No, because the gym was opposite.
Yeah, that's
Morrison. So he used to wait for me there, sometimes pick her up from school.
Yeah.
And then I play the same songs.
Yeah, people are probably confused. You were also doing a cheeky fast today, ain't ya?
I've been fasting. How many hours now? 30.
So it was Monday night.
Monday, 6 p.m.
Quite early, yeah.
6 p.m. Monday. So 6 p.m. Tuesday would have been 24 hours. And what time is it now? So it's just over 30 hours, I think.
All right, decent.
And but the reason why I fast is because every time I fast, something improves. Because you don't.
Crazy, innit?
It's crazy.
Literally.
And because you've done it before. What's the longest you've done?
The longest I did, I think, was like 98.
98.
You've done way more. But it's like transcendent, I think.
I mean, it sounds crazy when you say that, but
I know.
It's like it takes you mentally somewhere else.
For real, yeah.
I know, crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. And I think people confuse. They're like, "Oh, you're starving yourself, but you're not gonna be like, you're not gonna faint or anything." I'm like, no. But when you think about it for real, like it only makes sense. Like having 3 meals a day, 3 large meals a day makes less sense than not eating every day. Yeah. Because where would you be getting 3 massive meals in the wild every day? Like we're not made to be living that life, I mean.
I delved into functional nutrition, that for years. And after I retired from bodybuilding in 2017, I thought, no. Because what I learned is what I learned when I started bodybuilding. All this about blending liver and eating all that stuff and eating, that's what I learned. It's something called the fat burns fat diet. And we got away from it because, anyway. But delved into it. And then if you think about it, if you are you're in the wild, you don't get up in the morning, there's a bowl of porridge waiting for you.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so that's why human beings eat mainly fermented food, because you can ferment food, and then, because there are no fridges, were they? And then you've got, animal. So you've got to catch the animal, obviously. But the longer you go looking for the food, the sharper you become.
Yeah.
And because then you find when you get to about 4 days,
yeah, you have like this moment of euphoria We're just like, oh, right, everything's fine. And actually, a big one for me was I used to have, like, I wasn't like deathly afraid of spiders, but when I see one, I'd be like that. I'd be like, whoa, there's a spider there. But now I look at it and I'm like, oh, a spider.
It's
like, I
actually
can
true.
physically kill it, but I don't even want to. I could live with it in my room, like, alive.
She used to come down and say, Dad, there's a spider in my room.
Yeah,
I'm like,
for
God,
real.
look at the size. What did I say? Look at the size of you. Look at the size of the spider. Always.
Yeah.
And then now it's like the spider there.
Yeah, I'm like, no, where's a spider? Let me have it.
Do you know when you say stuff like that, people think you're crazy. People
I
think
know.
you're trying to shit, but because they haven't experienced it yet.
Yeah,
You see,
yeah.
when you said to me, when you told me that about, look at it, if you're in the wild, you'd be looking for the animal. I'm thinking, because it happened on one day. It was about midnight. And I was because speakers in the ceiling in our kitchen.
Oh,
when
yeah.
When you had our kitchen done, you had to put speakers put up there. And then we were jumping and singing and dancing at about midnight.
Yeah.
And
Our eyes were literally like, I'm a piggin.
It looked like we were high. And we said, then I'm sure your mum's come downstairs and it's like, what are you guys doing? She's looking at it, it's like, you guys are crazy.
Yeah, I remember. We just pacing at one
I
point.
just paced at one point. What do you remember that day when we cleaned
Oh,
we cleaned the kitchen?
yeah. We had Brandon's girlfriend coming over. We were just like, oh,
For
let's
the
tidy
first
the
time, I was
kitchen.
like, yeah.
And then we just got so on it that we just did the entire house.
Yeah, at 1 o'clock, went up, Selina was in the ceiling, clean the blinds.
Blinds.
That's in the middle of the night to people.
Oh, that was funny.
It's crazy when you've got that energy. You know, my energy is through the roof all the time. And sometimes I think, calm down.
I know.
Like, even when you've don't get enough sleep, I don't feel tired.
Yeah, and I used to really like get anxious about not having enough sleep, and now it's just like I'm fine. Obviously, if
Yeah, I know.
anything, it's
Crazy.
good for me to be less on it.
But I think when you try and explain that to people, it's what's it called? Your energy, because the food from the energy from the food that you're eating is being stored for you to access straight away, rather than body fat, because you don't need carbs. Our insulin level is stable throughout the day. That's what many people don't understand.
Yeah.
You know, they say, "Oh, your brain needs glucose." Well, the brain can get its glucose from the fat.
Yeah.
You know.
But as well, if you've been essentially tired your whole life, you're going to be like, well, I can't really be less tired, but you can. You just don't know that you can.
Until you try it.
Yeah.
But it's funny because sometimes you're like, we get a buzz, and because I suppose you and I are quite similar in the childish, and so we just get a buzz. Oh, let's do that. And clean the kitchen.
Yeah. We're very as and when people, for sure.
Get on it.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
We all like chilling.
I think the best time for me, I mean, recently, since the last 5-6 years, is when all of you come home.
Yeah.
And then
it's so nice.
all of us are under the same, and it's just fucking nice.
Yeah, you know.
Because everybody falls into the same kind of role that they
Literally.
play. Eva sits there. Eva's like it's like she's like the parent. She's the one that tells everybody off. You know, like, not tell everybody, but you know, she's the sensible one.
Yeah,
She's the sensible one.
totally.
And then Mum's also the sensible one.
And then we're not.
We're not.
I think it was Christmas last year, and you came down from sleeping, and it was me, Eva, Brandon downstairs, and you just went, oh. You just looked at us, you went, oh. It was so precious.
But it's not because they're all living their lives now. It's nice to have you guys come in, you know, and you think, this is the kids I used to pick up from school, and they roll their eyes when I'm playing the same. You know, the cutest thing you ever did, and it was my birthday once, and you said, I've made a CD for you.
Oh, yeah.
And it was
a playlist.
She made a CD with a playlist from all the songs I used to listen to when she was young in the car. She made the CD, and I cried. She just got me. She goes. It's got Dad playlist, and I'm, what's the Dad playlist? It's got all the songs like George Michael.
And then we listened in the car and at home.
You know,
the ballads. Yeah, we
no.
love a ballad.
That was good.
That was really cute.
I
loved that.
I was because I didn't. Come on, no, not many. I was shocked. I was just shocked. Better than any present. Like,
that's
no, but it's true though, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's something thoughtful. It took you years.
I was doing that for years. Because I remember sometimes you hear one in the car, you're like, oh, that's quite a good one.
And you hear it
then I'll be like, oh, let me compile all of these memories.
It's good for a kid to do that. That's really nice.
That was really nice.
It took years, and then eventually one day she gave it to me. I'm like, all my songs, all the songs that I overplayed in the car, sit in the car, and it was my radio, so I played. No, but
That's what it was.
Now I've got no choice to sit in the car and listen to what she listens to.
That's it.
Straight away goes to the radio.
What's new in the old fitness industry? We've got apparently, do Logan Paul and KSI actually drink Prime? To be fair, Logan Paul does look like would have like green urine. I can't lie. He's got the face for it.
He's got the face green urine. That's what Prime is. No, but you see what my social media is like. I get approached all the time. We got this supplement, and it's this.
People coming to you with supplements is just crazy. I find it bizarre. And we got a sample come to the gym, and it was like a load of vegan protein cookies, and it was flavored water. And I was like, who are you delivering this to for real? This can't be for me.
No, but I think
they were foul
because I think. Maybe they just haven't watched many of the videos.
Surely, you just watch one and you know, maybe not. Second ingredient, dextrose. Maybe I won't give it to him.
Yeah, but that's what they're sending. He said, no, the ingredients are really good. I'm like, dude, it's got...
Yeah, I have eyes.
I know. But I think because we've accepted the things that we've been told are okay to eat for a long time. A big part of learning is unlearning. What we've known for years.
Yeah.
When you say to people, when you get up in the morning, having a bowl of cereal is actually the worst thing you can do. They look at you, they think Eddie's extreme. In the fitness world, oh my God, I love, but I love all the attention. Because it's not, I believe in what I'm saying. Because I know that it's working for a lot of people.
Yeah, you can literally see the effects
of lots of people.
Yeah.
And the feedback that we get, and that's what motivates me. That makes me think, we're doing the right thing. So even when people, I think, especially the fitness influencers, the ones that make videos about me, as soon as they make the videos, my following goes up by another 1,000. And I'm thinking, dude, do you realize that you're making me more money?
There you go. Now you know. Keep doing it.
I don't get it. I'm thinking, well, look, if I wouldn't call anybody out unless they called me out first. Then they come out, they say it. They don't realize that.
But you're not. You're just saying don't eat crap. So I don't know see what they have to call out. His ways are outdated.
Yeah, I don't.
No, they are how they should be. They are just the date.
But I think you see. A few years ago, that's like in the 90s. If you ask your mum, she'll tell you, all I talked about was calories in, calories out. Ask your mum.
I cannot picture that.
Selina. And because I remember when I first met your mum, we were talking, I used to read everything about fitness. And we were talking once, she said, we bought a magazine, Muscle and Fitness. We're reading it. And she read a bit. She goes, oh, this sounds just like you. Because that's why you talk about calories in, your expenditure has to exceed your input, blah, 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 and just bullshit. And I'm saying that there's more to it. There is more to it. And the literature's coming out. Whatever these guys say, how much they argue, because they've not heard anybody actually say it like this, explain it properly to them.
Yeah. Because there are people saying, don't eat ultra-processed food, cut this out of your diet for IBS, but you're giving it to people in a way that's shocking, and like you said, you used the word the other day, hyperbolic.
That's it, yeah.
Because that's what is getting people. Because this is the only, I've not seen anyone saying anything similar who's as big. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So that means the message is getting across.
The message is there.
Yeah.
But it's the delivery.
Yeah, exactly, delivery.
I think it's the delivery, and it's a bit of the aggressive. People don't realize that a lot of it's acting.
Yeah. Where you are passionate about it.
Yeah.
You're not going to be yelling at someone on the street if you see him eating some cookies. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You're not crazy.
Well, I get it all the time. You've lost the plot, and it makes me laugh. Yeah, okay. But I'm helping a lot of people.
Yeah. If more people than your...
More people.
Anything else.
At the beginning, the kind of abuse I used to get from TikTok was unreal. These guys are dated, and then slowly the same people were saying that. Now I'm hearing a few of the influencers talk about insulin and all that.
I know, and it's not about counting calories.
calories.
It's the quality of the calories. Can you believe it? And there's the people that were like, you should really not say that because it is about the thermodynamics. But now look.
Do you know this one thing I want to say? I want to ask a question. I hear a lot of people saying about and talking about, women should fast, they shouldn't fast, shouldn't do this. I'm like, well, there were women hunter-gatherers. They only ate the same things as the men. I don't get it because it's all about controlling insulin, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think that most of what's wrong with that is to control insulin. But instead of dealing with it, they're telling people, women shouldn't fast, but you fast, all right?
I don't know what that's based on, for real, really. But I think with a lot of medical studies, actually, they used to do it just for men. So I can see that, there are different things work differently for men and women. But fasting is such a fundamental in, human evolution. So for it to be a thing that doesn't work for one type of it's crazy to me. No. Because it definitely works. Because you're just not doing it right.
They're not doing it right. I think if you understand it, they're saying you shouldn't fast around your menstrual. I said, no, stop. It's a lifestyle change. You see, I'm not asking anybody to, we talk about the aesthetics versus health. People are looking at it, I want to look a certain way.
Yeah.
That's why I put away from bodybuilding. You see, people now. I look at people and I'm like, dude, I got more muscle in my foreskin than you've got in your body, and I don't even have a foreskin, and that's how bad it is. You look at these kids. No, but look at this, and then you think, oh, they want to compete, and you do, dude. Back in the day, people like you used to hide. I see them all the time in the gym, but then they want me to admire them, and I'm thinking, I've stood next to Ronnie Coleman, I've stood next to Jay Cutler, Marcus Roux, Paul Dillett, these guys were massive. I got a few pictures on my wall. There's a guy called Joe Stubbs, biggest back of the
you do like Joe Stubbs.
Joe Stubbs, he's a pilot.
Pilot?
Pilot, I know.
Really?
No, he's an instructor pilot, I know.
Oh, no.
From Bahamas. Amazing guy. Every time I see his physique, wow, back is like that. I stood next to these guys. People, they're ignoring the fact. They look at bodybuilding now, they're ignoring the fact that they look awful, skinny, scrawny, but they look at their abs, nothing else.
Yeah.
But then the judges reward them, and that's why they end up. But I don't want to do anything extreme anymore. I want to help people make proper lifestyle changes.
Yeah.
And that's more rewarding.
Yeah. Because if anything, you're actually putting more people in danger with bodybuilding than helping them.
So you have to prescribe
but
drugs
less
for them.
danger than what other coaches would do.
I know.
If you would be the ideal coach because you'd be the most thing, but then it is too stressful a job.
No, I don't want to do it anymore.
No.
Because
I wouldn't like you to.
No, I know. You guys didn't really enjoy the bodybuilding as much when I was doing it, did you?
I think I didn't like it. There were a lot of aspects I didn't like, but when your face went in, I thought it made me sad. I was thinking, oh, Dad. When it goes to competing. And it just looks like effort, just looks really tiring.
Remember we used to go on holiday?
Yeah, bombarded with cameras.
Yeah, no,
I was literally like, what are you taking a picture of? That's my dad. I didn't get it until I was out now.
No, but remember when Italy once, and there's a queue of people wanting to take photos of me.
Italy was mad.
It was mad. And then Selina was like, you're quite young. Why do you want a picture with my dad? She couldn't get her head around it. And then she refused to go. So you were in every picture. I'm like, well,
I wonder how many Italian families have me on their wall.
Yeah, but I was big, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were
absolutely huge. 145 kg, you're walking like an alien. Of course, we were going to take pictures of you.
Yeah, fair enough. Do you know what I do now? I think when I see a big black guy and his little daughter, I'm thinking that's what we must look like. That's adorable.
Yeah, but it was so cute.
You're so cute.
The thing is, because you were the youngest, we sort of. You always next to me everywhere we went. Everywhere we went, you were sit next to me because that's supposed to. I don't know why, but you always hanging around.
Yeah, I did hang around you a lot and sit on your shoulders.
I know, sit on shoulders. There's a couple of pictures where you put a few up on your birthday.
Yeah,
that was quite nice.
But you used to promote whey protein. The idea of that, and they used to say that I love whey protein, and they'd never drink it.
whey protein. That's why I'm screaming and shouting in the industry, because I also bought into that same crap. Because what I learned about bodybuilding in the beginning, it's not what is going on now. Whey protein is something that they used to throw away. They used to throw it away. And then somebody had the idea, let's make it into food. So now everybody has whey protein. I used to sponsor, look, I've been sponsored by 10 different companies that made whey protein. But then I couldn't tolerate it. I used to get their shit. So there's only one powder that I used to.
Yeah, the CMP.
Everything else went through me.
Yeah.
So I used to drink that. I drank it for years. Even you had some for years.
Yeah, I used to make, if I could taste this now, it'd probably go straight out of me.
I know, yeah.
But it was peanut butter, peptide, and water.
Mix it up. And put it in the fridge sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes in the fridge. And that was delicious. That was so good.
But as soon as I took that out, all my gut problems. Sometimes I get up in the morning and I go to the toilet.
Yeah, no. you said sometimes. You mean every day? You used to have explosive diarrhea if you had the way.
Every day. I know. Every day.
Yeah.
But you go used to it. That becomes your norm. Until now, I don't have it anymore. I'm like, thank God. You don't, because that will lead to something else.
For sure.
On, you know?
I mean, yeah. And so let's say at the time you were having it, it was just the poops. But now if you had it, that is pain, poops. You don't even know what. Like your body just adapts to live without it. And then it's like, whoa, what is this?
What is this? Yeah.
What were you thinking?
But we have to talk about your key rings.
Oh, yeah. Cute. So we have a key ring for every time Dad went to a competition, usually abroad, and I'd say, can you bring me back a key ring? And he'd bring about 2 back, and then I'd see the price, and they were literally like $8 or something. I was thinking,
this is actually...
Yeah, I'll show you.
I reckon it's thousands of pounds, because everywhere we went...
It might mess up the sound like slightly.
Everywhere I went abroad, I'd bring a key ring. Have you seen this?
Let me show you, Freddie. You can hear that. That's some ASMR there. That's a key ring. And I used to be... there are so many, like...
Read some of them out.
There's a hip flask one. There's Australia, Hollywood, Korea. What did you do? No, that can't be right. New York, loads from New York. Sardinia, Vegas. There's a good few from Vegas.
Everywhere I went.
Nevada. San Francisco.
That's it. Phoenix.
Yeah. Tampa, Rome.
Rome. That's it.
And Budapest. Yeah, there was loads from Budapest. You went quite a few times.
My sponsors were based in Hungary. So,
right.
Cytec Nutrition. They're based in Hungary, so I used to go there quite a lot. You used to take it to school, didn't you?
Yeah. I used to take it to school. And people were like, how did you get that? I was like, my dad. He loves me.
No, every time I went abroad, because key rings. So sometimes I wait in the airport, like I'll be looking for it. When I know I couldn't get from the airport, I'll be running to shops trying to get key rings. And I thought, I've got to get a couple. Then they find that they were $8. It's actually, this is actually a lot of money.
Yeah. Be a collector's item. If anyone wants to buy it, you give me a price.
I don't give that's a lot of key rings.
No, there's a lot of love here to sell.
It's more the sentimental.
Absolutely, yeah. All right, we've also got Rate My Plate or Rate Your Plate. And for this segment in future podcasts, we would like to have anyone send their plate in so we can rate it. And that is on the Blabbew Instagram. Check it out and send them over.
Yeah, okay.
All right, sweet Eddie, rate this plate. Have a look at this plate here. What is that?
What is this?
That's a kebab, son. What are you saying about that? Rate it.
That looks like a piece of shit. Is it?
It's food, Dad.
No, it's not food. No, shut up. That looks like a piece of shit. Is it? Is it somebody mucking about?
No, that's a kebab. Maybe like a doner kebab.
No, that's not for me. It does look like a piece something that comes from the gut.
That is not a healthy
The
gut.
large intestine.
All right, we have some brownies here. They are quite poo-based.
What kind of brownies are they?
You would eat that, don't lie. If I said they were sweet potato brownies.
Why is it all this look like poo? What's this? What you guys are winding me up on you.
It's real food, Dad. That is real food.
Who made this?
Me.
Did you make this?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you guys are sick, man. You're both sick. You made this. This looks like poo. Get off. You just that mischief. It's never stopped, does it? Look at that.
Yeah, I did not make that, by the way.
Who was it? Whose idea was this? It's yours.
This is the Selina and Freddie production song.
Freddie, it's you, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. All right, how about some food combinations? Have you ever tried? Well, to be fair, Dad can't really eat raw foods.
No.
Can't eat anything raw.
Did you know that with that, I did my first bodybuilding competition in 1991, and straight after that, I couldn't touch anything raw. Fruit, vegetables, everything. And I didn't realize how bad it was until I was in a restaurant in Vegas, and I was sitting at the restaurant, and then I had some guacamole, and literally threw up in the restaurant. I had to walk. I threw up that quick. It's like my body's like, what is that?
Get out.
You know what I think it is? And I think it's a GMO. I used to be able to eat all of this when I was younger. I haven't all of a sudden developed an intolerance. There's something that they're doing to it. Because when I went to Ghana, I remember in 1999 when I went to Ghana, and I was saying that to my sister, and she goes to me, wait a minute. She went to somewhere that we used to live, and there's an avocado tree. Got an avocado for me. Perfect. There's nothing wrong with it.
Really?
Yeah, I was perfect. And that's what I know. Trippy.
Yeah, I wonder if I'd get that when I go there.
I know. It's but these days things have been genetically everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, they've messed with it. Even the fertilizers. When I was a kid, I used to smell manure.
You never smell that now.
No,
when you're going on the M25, you'd smell it at
all
least
the time.
once. Yeah,
but
yeah.
Apparently you do in certain places, but not these days because the way they grow.
I miss that smell.
I know. Manure smell.
Fresh manure.
Sometimes you can see it being carried through the street. Manure. Not anymore in big trucks. Not anymore because everything is fertilized.
Yeah, they just put chemicals straight up in it.
Because it grows quicker and then you taste it. And sometimes you can taste it like tap water. I stopped drinking tap water.
Oh, yeah, you do not
in
like
1991. That's when I stopped.
Really?
I stopped drinking tap water in 1991 after my first competition because I could smell the chemicals in it.
Damn. Have you had any of these combinations, like watermelon and feta cheese? That's actually really popular in Greece. No. That's really nice.
I've never had because I can see the watermelon. It makes my lips itch.
Yeah, yeah.
So I like feta cheese, but not watermelon.
There you go. That is a common misconception about black people that they love watermelon. You've heard it here.
No, maybe I must have. No, I didn't get the memo. The black memo.
No watermelon here.
No.
Peanut butter. Wait, do you like pickles actually?
Like we talk about like
gherkins.
They
make me vom. Like the idea of them. I don't like it when I hear it's like nails on a chalkboard. The kind of.
No, I don't actually mind pickles, but I mean, it's not my go. It wouldn't be my go-to.
I could not see you just yamming some.
I've had it in McDonald's a few times.
Ooh, yeah, dear.
Oh, listen, I did do a McDonald's thing after the lockdown. Remember?
Yeah.
I wanted to see.
Oh my God!
Do you remember?
Did you touch my apple pie? Yeah, I do remember.
I used to get an apple pie because after one of the lockdowns, I wanted to see how bad it got. And my gut was out here. It was awful. You know, but I was thinking, why don't you use your own self as a transformation? And
boy, did you.
Yeah, I went for it. the guy who was behind the counter, the drive-thru, was somebody I knew. And every time I went around there, he'd look at me like, we've been through it before, drive-thru. I finished the gym and I went through and he said to me, Eddie, what are you doing here? It was funny because he never used to see me there. But yeah, McDonald's.
That would be a shock to the system now if someone seeing you at McDonald's.
Because I haven't touched it for like three years now. That was 2020.
Do you know what? A while ago, I went it was for my friend's birthday and we were out in London. And you know when you go out, everyone goes to McDonald's afterwards. So I was like,
no, I don't know that.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Or like kebab vibes. And I was like, God, what am I going to eat? Because it's just bread and cheeseburger, really.
Yeah.
But then I saw this guy on TikTok, I think it's like Carnival Cam, and he said, just have the burger, the thing. And I was fine. It was really nice. Because usually I can't eat anything out, so I get really anxious about eating out. But there you go, McDonald's burger.
But I know somebody will listen and say, oh, you get anxious about eating out, you've got a problem with eating, but it's because the food, you know what makes you feel good.
Yeah. It's not because I'm like, oh, this make me fat. It's like, will I get violent diarrhea in public or won't I?
Because it's been like that for all your life. You just learn to eliminate the foods that...
And for me to enjoy the time out, I can't be basing it all on food and I have to think of the repercussions if I eat that. That's what it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose I've learned. It's taken me years. Basically, what I'm saying, we're not telling people to eat, to be whatever with food. Just eat 80% of the time. Make sure that you're eating foods that strengthen
actually, strength.
Immune system. That's it. Once you get that, you got balance. You got the balance right.
Yeah. And realizing that a lot of the food you thought was fine actually isn't. Because it's just been marketed wrong. I think that's a big thing for people. They don't know what's healthy. And
have you been marketed wrong or marketed cleverly?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Clever marketing everywhere.
Right, last combination. Blueberry and steak. Actually, I think that would be delicious.
I think that would be delicious.
Yeah, if blueberry jus with a steak, give me strength, that'd be yum. So you've got some gym dilemmas here. I'm going to read out. You tell me what you're thinking. I first started lifting weights when I was about 16. This was in an old boxing gym a few suburbs away from where I lived, so I didn't really know anyone there. After finishing my set on the bench press, I decided to take my weights off to not be an arsehole for the next person. The one thing I didn't realise was that taking all the weights off of one side caused the effing bar to flip up and come crashing to the ground. Sound equivalent of someone driving a car through a wall. I'm standing there completely red-faced as half of the gym comes running to the weights area to see what's going on. I left the gym as quickly as possible. What would you do, Eddie? Grow up, man. It's fine. We've all been there.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
We've all been there, but I still think it's stupid.
Yeah. I mean, physics is a thing.
I've seen it being done before. Obviously, sometimes if you don't know the actual equipment, but I've seen somebody doing it on their bench, the flat bench. And they think, you put all these plates and then you're going to, but yeah, it's, we've all done it. I've seen somebody being hit in the face of the bar because the bar flipped. Yeah. And even though it's not funny, I laughed.
It is funny. Oh, there was one. There was one guy from the gym. He was doing a video in the squat room, and I think he did a deadlift, and then he just fainted.
I know. He filmed it.
That was so funny. I was like, I was laughing. I'm sorry, man. It was some good quality show.
I know. He filmed it and put it on social media.
Yeah,
he was having a fit, wasn't he? Then he got up and it was all right.
He was like, oh, it was trippy to look at.
Heavy deadlift.
I know, yeah.
I did a PB, but I don't remember it. Because I shot myself and passed out.
He probably... not able to document his own PB. Oh, how funny. Yeah, I think get over your life, go back to the gym, man.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's not. We've all done it before. It's no big deal.
And sometimes you hear, when we're in your office, you hear the clang, and then you're like,
"What's that?"
Run
up, I know.
And then you're done. It's fine. Yeah, just get one look. All right, bear with me. I'm low-key dyslexic. About 2 months ago, I was at the gym doing incline ab crunches when this girl I had a crush on started working out on the cable machine right next to me. Is this about me? I was into probably my fourth set when the pressure from the crunches forced out a fart. I was wearing headphones, so I didn't hear it, but from the vibration... From the vibration on the bench and the look on her face, I knew it was loud enough to be heard. She started laughing, finished up her set quickly, and went to do cardio. It was embarrassing, but not as much as if she would have stayed, because it was a real stinker.
How can you not know that something came out of your ass?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where I am, what I'm wearing. I know when I fart.
Yeah, even when your noise cancel pods in,
You see,
you hear it for sure.
It comes through the come on, that's bullshit.
You feel the expulsion.
Absolutely, yeah.
Easy.
Unless it's, but when I fart, I know. Sometimes I deliberately force it out.
Good man.
No, but you know that thing when I've always been very childish. My mum used to do that. My mum she used to, when we were young, she would say, come with me. So you're walking with mum, and then you're about to cross the street, and she'd grab, my mum was big, my mum was 6 foot, massive, and she'd hold your hands so tight and push you behind her. And then and then, you're like that, and you look at you and wink. She thought it was hilarious.
That sounds like a you thing.
I know, yes.
Actually, do you know what? On Sundays, so Sundays is our one off day, and so we were just chilling, walking about the house, and you were like, you were like this, like here for a hug, and I was like, hugging on a Sunday, and then you got my head, and you were like, smell that. Face to the armpit. I was like, what? He's like, I have not smelled like that in so long.
I stunk.
That bad. I was like, thank you. That was my breakfast that morning.
Come out. So I don't know. One day I'll grow up.
No, these are quality stories. Another story here. And feel free to add to our list of stories here. We love getting some gym dilemmas. I was once running at full sprint on the treadmill when I lost my footing and fell off, smacking into the wall behind me. I've actually done that as well. People began to stare, attempting to save face and reduce my ever-growing embarrassment. I picked myself up back on the treadmill as quickly as possible. It was still running at full sprint. I put one foot on, did a semi-flip, and smacked into the wall again. At this point, I thought it was best to leave, completely embarrassed in front of all the people I see regularly at the gym. Should I change gyms or go at a different time or just suck it up?
Suck it up.
Suck it up.
Suck it up.
There
Come
on.
Yeah.
You're going to be like one little, this guy fell at the treadmill at the
and
gym. And then that's it. No one cares.
They've forgotten it.
Yeah, literally. You're barely going to be a story. Unless it was filmed like that guy who fainted in the squat room. No one's talking about it. Okay, little game here. Guess the egg. I'm showing you 2 pictures of eggs. I've got 2, you've got 2. You tell me what they are. What animal they are from.
I think the first one is snake.
I was going to say snake for mine.
And then the second one, ostrich. I don't know.
Okay, snake and ostrich. Close but extremely far away. You got for the first one, you've got a platypus, the only mammal that lays an egg.
Okay.
And second, a flamingo.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say snake for my top one because it looks quite thin, like it would come out of a large one. And then second one, let's go ostrich. That feels right.
No, the first one is a crocodile.
Oh, really?
And the second one is a bald eagle.
Actually, I should have known by that guy's
fingernails. I think Freddie just made this up. He just got to bed.
His eggs.
He got them from the kitchen, and he just made this.
Got different people to hold them.
He used AI to make the pictures small and bigger.
That does sound like Freddie.
Yeah, I know. Freddie just got us. Just the same eggs. They're all white, weren't they? White. Yeah. That's it. Same.
Just sanding one.
Yeah.
All right. That ends.
So this is a first podcast.
This was our first podcast. We only did it.
I know.
And the first one teething, and then
hopefully we'll be getting more content.
Yeah. Watch the 2 views be me and Freddie. Watch the 2 views. Me, Freddie, and Mum.
Where is it going? No, but come on, it's going to be watched. I think it's interesting because I mean, the fact that there's a lot of childhood things to talk about. I want to talk about a bit about bodybuilding because the next subject I want to talk about is that steroid dad. I like to know that. Because I don't think people realize. I want people to realize that how they are and how the drugs impact on their mental state can affect their people around them, especially their children. And I'm just glad that you guys are not completely fucked up. and you could.
You were great parents. I'm not even saying to be like, oh yeah, but I mean, like, we're all happy, healthy, even at the time, and I've got no like ill feeling about how you were or anything.
Yeah, but I think as a parent, you know that when the kids get older and when you actually snap out of when I stopped bodybuilding, I realized that I could have been a better parent. I think.
I'm sure every parent would have that though.
Yeah. I think if you don't feel that as a parent, then it's something to.
Yeah, literally. At least you're feeling that like, oh, I was giving my life to these, to this law. And that is the first Blabbew Podcast. Thank you for joining us. If you have any feedback, let us know. But please feel free to give us some questions, stories, all for the next episodes, and your meals to rate. I would love that. And that is on the Instagram, Blabbew Pod. Shout us out, give us a message, hit us up. And give us a rating on Spotify, on the Apple Podcast. Yes. Watch this space. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you all for listening. This has been Selina and Eddie.
Thank you.
Blabbew Pod.